The water bound for our kelp nursery starts in Resurrection Bay, where it's pulled in by pumps and brought in through this pipe in the back right here. That pipe then feeds to these two sand filters to remove particulates before moving on to these three sequential bag filters and eventually a UV sterilizer before heading through pipes and throughout the hatchery. Next, the water is pumped back here to this large holding tank we have against this back wall and through another bag filter. From this tank, it's pumped underneath this grate and into our protein skimming loop. We use ozone bubbled through the water to remove particulates and organics. The water will experience this loop on repeat until it's clean enough to move to the next stage. After the protein skimming loop, our water will go through the polishing process where it's pumped into this tank and then repeatedly passed through a 1 micron, a 0.35 micron, a 0.2 micron, and a UV filter over and over until it is as clean as we can get it. After the polishing loop, the water is deposited in this holding tank, which will feed all of the aquariums and tanks that we use to grow kelp in. This tank is inside a temperature-controlled room to hold the water at the correct temperature for nurseries. It is pumped out through a UV filter and one more mechanical filter before heading up and splitting into our two different kelp modules. This room is the first of our two kelp modules. We have our holding tank in the back, as well as all of our different grow tanks where we'll be growing our small-scale farms as well as research farms. We've painted all these aquariums white so that the light from above will better reflect and help increase growth. This is our second kelp module. This is where we'll be growing our large scale as well as our commercial kelp. We have 4-inch spools that can grow 400 feet of kelp each. Each of these tanks will have its own recirculating system, which will pass the water through a UV filter before pushing the water through both upwelling and downwelling back into the tank. There will also be air stones for water agitation as well as aerating the water, and there will be a flow-through system feeding off of the tank we saw in the last room. This room is still a work in progress, but when we're done, we hope to have 10 of these tanks, each built out and flowing and growing kelp.